I have 139 more Pokemon to collect in my master binder, and I am excited. Let's talk about it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brandon from GOTB Gaming and Collectibles, and I just wanted to do a different type of video. For those that have been following me the last month or so, the last few weeks at least, you already know that I started this journey to become a collectibles reseller. With a goal of being able to give collectibles and games a second life into the hands of people that want to appreciate and enjoy them. Starting off right now with selling my own collection, one, to get out of debt, but also to put some capital into this business. With that being said, I don't want to be in this type of business and not still remain who I've always been, which is a collector first. And that's kind of what brings me to this video where I just picked up a small little ETB collection from somebody in the neighborhood, or for, I think it was like $20, so 300 cards or so. Not mainly to resell these Pokemon cards, even though that is definitely going to be something I'm going to do in order to kind of recoup the cost and put more money into my business, but also to help complete one of my goals for the last 10 years that I kind of fell off of. And now I want to really spearhead and get back into before next year when Pokemon Winds and Waves comes in. And that's going to be the big old binder. One of my big dreams since 2016 when I got back into Pokemon card collecting was being able to capture all the Pokemon in card form and put them into a binder. And just last year, I got this big old mega binder. I think it holds like 1,250 cards or something like that. No, even more than that, I believe. And finally started piecing them all together. Went through a lot of my bulk to place them in, get them in numerical order, and it's exciting. It's nice to be able to see complete pages, and I just wanted to kind of show it off. As I said, I had a collection that I just picked up today, and with that collection alone, I was able to put in 30 new cards, 30 new Pokemon to the collection. So let's take a look. So as you can see, I started off with the good old 151. We got Bulbasaur and all that. And what you're going to notice here is there's kind of a mix between old school vintage cards that have been part of my collection along with my wife's collection, but then also some relatively new cards. This one's from the Evolution set in the XY era. And then more recently, some Pokemon Go and other evolutions, which I really like for this because an eventual goal for me will be to get the cards in their first original set. So, you know, base set. I don't know if I'd ever put a base set Charizard in here, but, you know, that would be a goal. Base set Venusaur, base set Blastoise. But what was cool was Evolutions, when they came out, was that 2021, the set was a lot of reprints of the old base set ones. So they kind of match pretty well, so I'm not too mad at that. So for the purpose of this challenge, though, I'm not focusing solely on getting just the original print of whatever Pokemon it is, but just know that that is an eventual goal that I have. You know, and with not having that constraint, it allows me to at least get, you know, another Evolutions card here. I even have the Dark Arbok. It gets into focus. Then a Generations Raichu. Obviously, this Pikachu from the Jungle set instead of the actual base set one, the Fat Pikachu that was there. Like, definitely got a lot of cool old school ones that are still in here, but then you get the newer sets. But it works out. Clefairy and Clefable were some hard ones to even be able to obtain normally in their original base set. So being able to get those is cool. Ninetales. Big shout out to my wife. She ended up having her collection that she ended up merging with mine. So I guess our collection now. So we were able to finally kind of dial this in. Alakazam has been hard. I really do want to get the actual Alakazam. Got the Machamp. Good old classic that everybody got. Yeah, just kind of going through Gengar. I had to get this one. And what another thing too is I have a couple other master sets that I'm doing. So I do have a base set, fossil master set, and jungle master set that I'm working on. So there's a lot of cards that could be in here that are part of their original print that I ended up taking out. Like I believe it's the fossil version, fossil set Hypno. We have that one. It's in the other binders for that master set. So there's a few that I've also made some kind of contingencies for, just to be able to have this plus the master set. Chansey from Evolutions, like I said, still good. Yeah, Ditto would be another example. I have the fossil foil of Ditto, but decided to put this one into the master binder. Same thing with like Moltres. I got multiple Mews and Mewtwo's. So. And then what I'm missing here is the Typhlosion. I just put in a new Meganium today, which is good. And for Alligator, I have those, but in Japanese. And I'm trying my best to keep all of this at least into English cards. I think currently right now the only one that I do have still in Japanese is the Sun Current. So that's always good. But yeah, just kind of getting a good look at this master binder. When I started this, I gotta say the original number of Pokemon that were out was about, what was that, 870? I think Sword and Shield. Well, no, I started during the Sun and Moon era, but then Sword and Shield was kind of coming up too. Still needing the Ludicolo though. Luckily, today I was able to get the Shift Tree, so definitely exciting times there. And then, yeah. Sorry, I got Sesame Street on for the kid right now, so he gets to watch that while I showcase all this. In reality, he just wants to be part of the video, and I'm not gonna let him right now. As you can see, it is quite a lot. We are still on just the 3rd generation, and a couple hollows, a couple really prized ones that I like. Like I said, 2016 was about the time where I really started getting back into collecting some cards, and I collected a lot of those sets that were out then in the Generations Evolutions era, which back then the cards were easily obtainable. Nowadays you could barely walk into any store and even be lucky to get a booster pack, and even then if you try to get a booster pack, it's like $12 per. And I mean, I think I just did that the other day, or a couple months ago actually. And I think we went to Hot Topic or Box Lunch, one of the two, and they had some Pokemon cards, and I was like, sure, I'll buy one. And they were definitely more expensive than I needed them to be. All right, so I was going to record the rest of the binder, but I figured you probably get the picture. I got close to 1,025, which is the number of individual Pokemon that are here right now. And it's definitely fun. I counted up the empty spaces. I am at 129 more to catch, and I can easily just go out and buy them, online. Probably be cheaper in the long run, but as a collector, and I'm sure most people would know this feeling, a lot of what is the fun about collecting is being able to find these things in the wild, to be able to have kind of a story or a memory that gets attached to that one day of getting it. You know, you opened up a pack and you get the super rare Charizard, or the super random Moonbreon, which I've never been lucky to get. Like, to some, yeah, it's just another card. For a lot of us collectors, you got a memory to that now. Or if you ever, I collect Funko Pop, so if you ever had to wait in line for a specific Funko Pop, you got that memory. Or if you were out on a vacation one time and you ran across a super rare one, you're just like, I need to get that. Like, that is the fun of collecting, and a part of what I don't want to end up losing in my reselling business. I want to still be a collector. I know what it is to be a collector, so I want to also pass that on to others as I sell these things. Um, so yeah, come along with the journey. Maybe I just make this an entire series of the search to collect the God, I would have to think of a name. The search to be a Pokemon card binder master. And I'm sure there's been plenty of other people that have done it. I really don't care. This is my channel. This is what I want to do. So if that's something that you would like to see, go ahead, like and subscribe. On top of that, just, join me on my journey of having this business and also having fun with collectibles, because I want to have fun with you, and I want to meet people out in the wild. I think that's going to be one of the cool things too. I met the guy today that ended up giving me 30 cards. His name's Carlos. Gave me an entire collection that him and his son kind of ripped open. The newer sets too, which is primarily what I need. And that's helping me fill out the rest of the binder. So yeah, until next time, see you later.